Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fields of Mistria. I am so glad we picked a calm game today. It's been one heck of a day. Like, I can't even go into detail about today because it's just, I'm glad it's done. I am going to load up. I have so much fun dressing up in this game. It's one of my joys in life. I played so much of this over the weekend. It had been a while previously, but it's like I just want to have fun. Oh, I forgot this is. Oh my gosh. No, I can't get my character lined up right. It's a disgrace. Jeez Louise. Okay, well. Can we just like restart the day and just like ignore my awful watering job? Oh yeah, huh, we almost passed out. I forgot about that. Oh, my stomach's growling. Salted watermelon. I have never understood the appeal of salted watermelon. Like, most watermelon is not sweet enough to, like, balance that out. So I feel like it would be just kind of, like, bitter and gross. Okay, shrimp and Charlie. Charlie and shrimp. I still love them. Okay, let's see. Gotta figure out what it is we're working on. Okay, pomegranate juice, rooster feathers. Still working on that. Salmon. I don't know. Like I said, some of these they will actually ask for out of season, so I'm not entirely sure. That one we may be able to do. Ultimate small animal feed. Let's go see if we can do that. So they are kind of finicky with the ingredients, but to catch you just because you're here. Hummingbird hawk moth. A clam. Okay. Ooh. And we got money. Okay. Okay. Ultimate small animal feed. that him? It might be. Yep. Well now, if it isn't the ultimate small animal feed I asked for. Thank you, Rose. Looks so good. Maybe I'll just have a nibble. I think I'll leave the rest for Henrietta. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Then we can donate this. I might see if I can find a salmon. I just don't know where it would be. Ooh. I love getting blueprints. Why are you in the way? Spring lamp. Okay, so it's interesting. You'll always get the same colors. Because I got a yellow one on my save. Kinda wish I had gotten one of the other colors, but it's fine. I'm gonna go check for artifacts really quickly. And then we'll go see about salmon. I just don't know where it would be. It would be river fish? Maybe? He's all trying nice and hard with his little brush, and I'm just over here with a shovel. It's okay, we all know I'm a heathen. Oh no! The fish is too far. Turn back! Okay, well. Not gonna deliberately waste my points or anything. If I were a fish, if I were a salmon, where would I be? Okay. Kind of doubt that it would be over here, but... Okay, hurt to check. Gosh, my stomach is growling so much. Okay, well, I can at least go donate that one. Part of me wonders if I have this bug already, but I probably do. Oh gosh dang it. Come on. Oh my gosh, it was like right where I was at. I feel like I remember that. Let's see. Fish, forageables, bugs.
Welcome, Lil Bill Walker. Welcome, Highland Rose 1743.
Do I not have that one? Oh no, there it is. Pond Skater. Okay. I'm gonna keep wasting my time with that. Hi, Lily. How's it going? I heard you're doing a bit better. I also heard it's like far below freezing where you're at, and I don't know how you're like surviving. It is far too cold for my blood. Am I getting distracted by the sound of the windmill? A bream? It's funny seeing things from different farming games, like, show up in the same... From different farming games showing up in those farming games. Like, the bream. When I think of bream, I think of Stardew. Where would I find a salmon? Unless it's out of season. It's kind of my guess at the moment. I have had one of the most interesting days of my entire life. It's been a roller coaster, like, all day. But I'm just ever so glad to be home. So parts of it I can't talk about because it relates to my job and it's something very specific. Let's just say I saw some incredibly disturbing things today. And then I came home and my husband told me something absolutely freaking foul that happened. I'm like, ugh. Like that I can't really talk about without almost like Ralphing. And then I will talk about one of the things that kind of peeved me because I feel like you'd understand. And I feel like I could actually like ask your opinion. So this is one of those am I the jerk situations. So I have a coworker who we've been very close this whole time we've worked together, but lately she has been talking about, and I guess it has actually been for most of the time that she's been there, she keeps talking about wanting to get a new job. Like, she's like, so-and-so doesn't like me, you know, this isn't even the field that I really want to be in, like, and she just keeps talking about, like, going and, oh, I've had, you know, somebody talk about wanting me to go here, and, you know, oh, I think I might quit and, you know, go do my master's degree, and she just, like, keeps talking about leaving, like, constantly. And as someone who doesn't make friends very easily, like, when I find a friend and they're just, like, talking about leaving constantly, like, I don't necessarily want to be around them so much, or, like, it's a little subconscious, it's a little, like, full conscious, but I don't want to sit here and, like, continuously work and build this relationship with somebody who just, like, talks about leaving all the time like it's nothing. Like, not only do I not like change, but just the fact that, like, she's one of my closest friends, both in and out of work, it's hard to want to just continuously talk to her like nothing's happening. But also, today, in particular, she really made me mad because our W-2s came in, and we had to go up to the admin to go get them. And so I was like, oh, okay, you know, so I went and I got mine. And then I came down and I was talking to Rick about it. Rick's another coworker. And Rick's like, oh, I don't know where to go. And so I said, oh, okay. And she was sitting with me. And so I was like, oh, I'll go take him. And she, like, instead of offering, like, oh, hey, like, can I go? Or, hey, you know, I can go take him if you want. She was just like, no, I'll take him. And, like, just took off with Rick and took him up to admin. I was like, I had already said I was going to take him, and she just completely cut me off and was like, no, I'm gonna take him. I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, and it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, that was unnecessary. Like, you didn't need to do that. But, like, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but it really kind of peeved me. I'm like, I had already said I was going to do it, and you just completely, like, cut me off, and just decided, no, you were going to do it. I'm like, that was just kind of rude, and I'm just like, I'm already not, like, super, super tight with her anymore, but, like, that was just kind of, like, I felt like it was rude. And, like, later on, it just, like, things got hectic. Like, there's people in the lobby, people from different departments. Like, in 30 minutes, so many people passed through our office. I'm like, I was literally almost shell-shocked. I was kind of a little overstimulated from the day. I'm just like, whoa, like, what just happened? And I was looking at Rick. I was like, Rick, what just happened? And, like, even Rick kind of, like, sat back and was like, like, it was just a lot. Like, a lot to deal with very quickly. And she came back from a walk that she had taken, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, it was so crazy. And I was like, it was crazy here. like, nah, like, it was crazy here. And I kind of just, like, gave a brief description, and I just, like, instead of, like, hanging on her every word, I'm just kind of like, yeah, like, sorry, we had our own brand of crazy, it's nothing super special. Like, and there are times, because I only have an associate's degree. I don't have a chip on my shoulder about it. I burned out. I was super into academics in high school. Like, my mom especially, put a lot of importance on grades. And I worked so hard in high school. And I went into college. I tried doing 3 degrees at one time. And I got really far. I finished my first associate's degree. I'm over halfway through my second. And I actually am one class shy of getting a degree in psychology. But I burned out. I had, like, massive burnout. I was like, okay, that didn't quite work. But she has her bachelor's degree, and she's had a lot of invitations for people to, like, people want her in their programs to study for her master's. Which is cool. I get it. But, like, it just sometimes feels like she is talking down to me because I don't have the same degree of education. Like, where I'm from, we have a college that's, like, really close. So getting an associate's degree is kind of, like, it's not super uncommon here. But, like, I say just because, you know, like I said, did my sister get her master's? My sister's also a very educated woman. But yeah, it just, like I said, it just kind of, she's a nice person, but it does feel kind of like she's talking down to me sometimes. And I think it's just too many things happening. Like, too many things have happened, and it's just kind of like, also, I am the type of person who, since I'm very introverted, like, relationships do not come easily. So trying to maintain a relationship in and out of work is kind of exhausting for me. So I'm, like, I already get kind of mentally exhausted talking with her normally, but, like, those situations don't help. And so I think there's just too many things that came together, and now I'm not rude, but I don't want to sit there talking to her, like, all day every day. And she just comes and sits at my desk. I'm like, could you not? See, finally someone who understands. Like, adult relationships are hard. In high school, you see each other every day. Like, back in high school, I didn't really, like, Facebook or text anybody. Like, I had friends, but it was mostly, like, in-school interactions, and then at home I was, like, by myself doing my homework. But, man, it is hard to maintain adult relationships and not, like, get absolutely sick of them. My sister, I sent her this video. My sister's, like, the only one who I can just sit there and, like, I will annoy her to absolute, like, high heavens with memes. And she'll do the same for me. But I sent her one, it's like, if I go out with you, like, I don't like to go out and do things. And if I go out, I will need to recharge for 2 to 3 business months. And I'm like, it's me! I'm like, I don't like to go do anything. And my sister invited me to go do this, like, reading weekend with her, which would involve me leaving my house overnight, which is, like, not a thing I do. And she's like, I didn't invite you, and it's not because... She's like, it's not because I didn't want to. She's like, it's because I knew that it's not something that would be of interest to you. She's like, I'm letting you know, but, like, it's an open invitation if you want, but I kind of know that you're not gonna go. I'm like, she knows me so well. Like, it's a thing. I don't want to leave my house. Oh, what a wonderful aroma. Tea inherits the characteristics of the place it was grown, you know. I wonder what this particular Mistrian tea will taste like. Like dirt. It was grown on my farm. See, I appreciate friendships like that. Like, I have a couple friendships. We talk every couple years. Like, and it's not like we don't care about each other, but it's like... people get busy, and then, but when we do talk, it's like nothing has changed. We absolutely love each other. We're like, hey, how you doing? We pick up like nothing ever happened. It's amazing. And then we go back for another couple years, and it's just like, oh, hey. Like, that is a beautiful friendship. But, like, maintaining a friendship at work has just been, like, absolutely killing me sometimes. And I think it's because at work, I have to deal with the public. Like, I have to be friendly, and I have to do a lot of socializing that I don't normally do. And so having to actually be friends on top of that, and, like, it's just hard. I'm just like, I don't want to do it sometimes. And so I'm not trying to be mean to her, but also, like I said, the whole her, like, planning on leaving every 10 seconds, or every time something doesn't go well, she's just like, and this is another reason that I kind of want to quit. And I'm like, okay, like, you're talking about quitting all the time. At this point, I'm just like, either do it, or stop talking about it. Which I don't want to be mean about, but, like, it's just, it's exhausting having to listen to it all the time. And also, like, with what happened today with the whole Rick thing, I'm like, I'm a very non-confrontational person, and I don't know how to approach someone when they've done something that I didn't like. Because also, I always feel like I'm blowing things out of proportion, and so I don't want to talk about it or bring it up to that person because I constantly feel like I'm making a big deal of something that shouldn't be such a big deal. So I didn't know how to tell her, like, hey, by the way, don't do that again. Like, no matter how many times I, like, formulated this email in my head, I can never quite figure out a way to, like, tell her. And so I just kind of left it alone. Oh, but the coup de grace. So the way that I know she's mad at me, we walk out at work at the same time, and we lock up together every single day. She left me today. I was the last person there, and I had to lock up by myself. So I know she's pissed at me, but I'm not going to be the one to bring it up, because I was peeved for something else, which I wasn't going to talk about. I was just gonna kind of shrug it off. But, like, she's actually peeved, and she is showing it. But I'm like, I don't know why she's mad. She's probably mad at my behavior, but without, like, a specific, like, what exactly did I do? Because I tried to be pleasant, but I've been tired all day. So I'm like, I don't know. I did something to piss her off. See, thank you. Dealing with negative energy, like, all day, every day, it's so tiring. Especially when I'm not a super, like, upbeat and perky person myself. So when I do have a little bit of an up, and, like, somebody's just super negative, I'm like, okay, you're making it really hard for me to want to be nice. See, and I don't want to talk to her about it and, like, make it seem like I'm, like, agonizing over it. Because, yes, I'm thinking about it, but I also don't feel guilty about anything that I did. Like, okay, I do feel a little guilty, but that's not the main reason that I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because I'm, like, kind of like, hey, why were you kind of a jerk? But it kind of is what it is. How do I not have any... Oh, wait, never mind. I have a cheat code for that. It's not a cheat, it's part of the game, but still. I forgot I have spells that, you know, just restore my stamina. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how to talk to her about it, because also, like, I don't have the same problem with some of the people at work that she does. It could really be weighing on her, but when it's a constant, every time she has a disagreement with somebody, oh, this is the reason I want to quit. Like, I get that it's upsetting, and she's like, I've talked to the boss, and I'm like, but I know that our boss is, like, pretty willing to, like, help people. And I'm like, maybe you need, like, a mediated session. And she's just like, no. I'm a strong proponent of the people, of, like, my approach is, if you can't fix it, or if you're not willing, if you can't fix it, you are entitled to mope for a while. Like, if there's honestly nothing on God's green earth that you can do to fix it, yes, you get to mope for a while because that sucks, and there's nothing you can do. But if there is a solution and you're unwilling to go forward with the solution, don't complain about it. If there is something you can do to help yourself and you are not willing to do it, you don't get to complain about it. And I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion, and I know that my husband hates it when I say that, but that's just kind of how I feel. But I'm like, take my own advice. I'm like, I need to find a way to actually, like, talk to her, but I don't know the appropriate way to tell her without her getting pissy with me. Because I think that's what I'm worried about, is I'm going to try to approach this logically and be like, hey, this is what's going on, this is how I feel, and she's going to be upset with me and then just, treat me poorly for telling her exactly how I feel, and that's not what I want. So I'm like, should I just keep quiet? I don't know. I'm in a weird place about it. I heard that last message and was like, wait, what? Take it personally and blow up. No, I didn't read that right. I mean, part of me wants to, but I don't want to destroy the friendship that I have with her, and I want her to be able to treat me like a friend, but at the same time, when we have these reoccurring issues, like, every week, I'm just like, and I already have, like, too much mental load on myself. I'm like, okay, it's getting to be quite tiring to be friends with you because of all these things that keep going wrong. No, it was kind of funny. I was like, wait, what? But I don't want to hurt her feelings because it's not my intention. My intention is to still be friends with her. But I don't know how to go about that in a way that would make it to where she doesn't, like, treat me poorly for saying what's on my mind. Okay, and I think, yes, we hit level 60. A faint whisper breaks the silence. Hero, you cannot proceed further yet. Return later. So this level 60 and below is now locked. You can't access it yet. It will come out in the update that comes out in March. So we will be able to get there eventually. Just not now. So we gotta wait 2 months, and then I think they're opening... It looks like maybe to level 95. So, updates are coming. I'm so excited. I love this game so much, and when I saw that the update was coming out, I was like, yes! I can play more! I mean, I'll still continue to play it even if they don't, like, have updates, but... Let's see. The thing is, if you're not... But I feel bad. That's the thing. I will always feel responsible because if she's upset and I was the cause, I am going to feel upset. She might not have the same level of care for what I feel, but I feel responsible for, you know, trying to keep the peace. And I've always been that way. In my bones, I am a people pleaser. And I hate when people have negative emotions towards me, especially because I don't bear people ill will. I want people to be as happy as they can be. Did I forget to take care of my animals? I think I did. Did they eat today? They did not eat. So I pet them, but I didn't let them out. Charlie, shrimp. It really is, and it's a special kind of hell that I don't think most people can appreciate or understand. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, it will hurt me if I don't try to, like, make people happy. And that was the biggest thing when I was younger, is it would absolutely destroy me because I was like, I can't make everyone happy. And I feel like I should be able to, but I can't. And it almost physically hurts that I can't make everyone happy. And then, like, when I got a little older and I had, like, my self-discovery, because for the longest time I didn't understand how I was masking a lot and how I was not one singular person. I didn't know who I was. I had no identity of my own because I was a different person with every person that I was with, I was a different person. Like, if I was with this friend, I'd be one way. If I was with my mom, I'd be one way. If I was with my dad, I'd be one way. If I was with my sister, I'd be one way. I never knew who I was. And then when I got together with my husband and I moved out, I moved into my own house, I came to a very brutal awakening that, like, okay, I now have to figure out who I am because I'm me living in this house without the influence of anybody else other than my husband. So then I was forced to actually, like, understand who I was as a person. It was like meeting myself for the first time. I think I actually one day just looked in the mirror and I was like, hello. Like, I had never really met myself before. And I'm like, hi, stranger. Like, so this is who I am. And it was so strange. But, like, I don't know, it's just been so difficult to learn not only who I am, but how to even, like, I completely went on a tangent and I, like, lost where I was. like, it's so hard to... I completely lost my train of thought. Being around other people is hard. And I don't... Oh, that was where I was going with it. So when I finally learned who I was and got to, like, experience what I was really like, what hurt the most was other people not accepting who I was. Because they're like, oh, you're so different. Why are you so, like, why won't you come hang out with us? Why are you so antisocial? I'm like, because I was trying to please people and I was trying to blend in. And so I went out and I did a lot of things and I pushed myself a lot, like past what I normally would, because I wanted to be like the people I was hanging out with, not realizing how, like, mentally exhausted I was having to put on that friendly charade. And now, like, once I moved into my own house and everything, I kind of stopped going out. I didn't want to hang out with people as much. I was much more quiet, stopped talking to people as much, because I was comfortable. I was home. I was home. And I found a place where I could actually just be me. And the real me doesn't like hanging out with people. But, like, my mom especially, like, it just broke my heart because she was upset. She's like, why, you know, and then she was like, is he keeping you from us? I was like, no! I was like, I'm keeping me from you. My mom was like, why don't you go out with us anymore? I'm like, because I want to stay home. I want to be in my bed. And, like, yes, it was his influence, but it was not his decision. It was my decision because I feel like being with him gave me the strength, and like I said, he didn't give me permission, but he gave me the strength to give myself permission to do what I wanted, which was the first time that it ever happened. It took me 21 years, and I finally gave myself permission to not go with what everyone else said. Yeah, see, it's hard. It's hard when you don't know who you are. And even now, I'm still a different person at work than I am at home. Like, at work, I have to be more friendly, like, more approachable. Even though all my coworkers say I'm scary, they're just like, oh my gosh. I'm just like, I'm a normal person, I promise. But it's so hard when you grow up with doing what everyone else wants to do. Convincing yourself it's what you want, and then coming to the realization later in life that, oh hey, that is not what I wanted to do. I used my customer service voice the other day around one of the interns, and she looked at me and I was like, I know, I'm scared too. Like, my customer service voice is like, hi, how can I help you? And I'm like, I don't like that person either. It was just so funny. She just looked at me. I was like, yeah, no, I'm scared too. Like, my customer service voice is like, who? Like, who is she? My customer service voice is the type of person that I don't like hanging out with. Yes, it's like super high and like, hi, how can I help you? I'm like, who is she? Like, if I had a coworker like that who was that bubbly all the time, I'd be like, I don't want to spend time with you. You're exhausting. Rose, welcome. We've been discussing preparing long-lasting rations to fill up the remainder of the town's food reserves. It's a tall order. I'm happy to help with the cooking, but I need the ingredients. The inn has been positively bustling now that the earthquake damage is repaired. I can't have our regulars go hungry. You know, I'll give as much as I can spare for the town, Adeline. But I'm afraid my flock and herd are already at capacity. I don't think we can cover your whole request. Leave it to me. I've been meaning to expand the barn and get more animals, but, well, just tell me how I can help, because I will do it. That's what I like to hear. Reina, you said you need another 10 cheeses for your roast. I don't have cows! Okay, we're getting a barn. We are getting a barn. If you haven't already made cheese, the mill should come in handy. Yeah, I know, but I need a cow. Just get some fresh milk from your cows that you don't have. Bring it to the mill, and before you know, I know how to make the cheese. I just don't have the cows to get the milk. Okay, and they need eggs, 12 eggs. Okay, so I need to start holding back the eggs, which means I'm gonna be broke. I've been experimenting with the recipe. These will be the best tasting rations in Aldaria. Well now, make a few extras for us hardworking volunteers. Of course. I'll set up the donation box. Would outside the inn work, Reina? Sure would. And to sweeten the pot, how about I throw in some cosmetics for your hardworking chickens and cows as a reward, Rose? Let's see. I do feel much better. I still feel guilty because I didn't bring it up to her, but like I don't know how to bring it up in a way because I can't trust her to be okay with me being honest. I feel like she's just going to get very upset with me, and I'm like, it's not my goal to upset you, it's my goal to try to resolve this to where we both feel comfortable in this friendship. But it does feel very good to speak with a like-minded individual. And you know what's really funny? So like my coworkers all say that I'm like super intimidating and that like sometimes I'm really unapproachable and they just like don't know how to talk to me. If you ask like my friend JD or like any of my friends from like Discord, they're like, oh, Rose is like one of the sweetest people. Like they all usually have really nice things to say about me. I'm like, I'm not mean, I'm not scary, I'm not unapproachable. I'm like, I don't want to come off that way. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, and I don't see myself as mean and unapproachable. And I think I know where that's coming from because I don't like when people aren't doing their job. So I tend to be more straightforward and more curt with people who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if I see two coworkers who are just sitting there talking and they've been talking for like umpteen million minutes and I'm like, okay, like I'm not going to be super like, oh hey guys, like I'm gonna be like, hey, like let's I'm the no nonsense person and people don't appreciate that. People tend to get upset. I'm like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I am a person of principles, and I do believe that we should be doing our jobs. And, like, that's not to say that I don't want people to, like, especially my coworkers, to, like, talk and have fun and get to know each other, but when you've been talking about nothing pertaining to work for 45 minutes, and the phones are ringing, and it's your job to answer the phones, so I'm having to answer the phones, I'm not going to be super friendly because I like, you're slacking off, and that's not okay. I think it also comes from me being an extreme rule follower, so I will not clock out before 5. Like, I will sit at my desk until 5 o'clock. Everyone else is kind of already filtering out, and I'm like, no, I am going to sit my butt in this chair until it is 5 o'clock, and then I will leave, because that is what we're supposed to do. Yeah, like, when my coworker comes and she stands at my desk and is talking, I will be working, like, I'll be paying attention to what she's saying, but I'll still be working on whatever I was doing, because I'm like, I can talk and work at the same time. And there's been times that we'll, like, so we're all on Google for our messages, and we can use Google Chats. So sometimes we'll sit there and we'll just send each other, like, funny little things in Google Chat. But, like, I'm still working. I'm like, my primary goal here is to do my job. Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to sit at my desk, I'm going to do my job, and that is my primary task here. Socializing is secondary. I'm like, if people could try to limit being away from their desks to like 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is kind of pushing it, I'm like, it's professional. Like, if somebody comes looking for you, I shouldn't have to say, I have no idea where they are. Also, if you're gonna get up from your desk, let somebody know. Like, we have one coworker in particular who's really bad about that. I'm like, where'd she go? And Rick's like, I have no idea. I'm like, this is like the 7th time today she's just up and disappeared, and I have no idea where she is. Yeah, I try to make sure that everything is, like, I do as much as I can for the day, and like, they even said that, like, HR was paying attention to when we were leaving. So, we don't technically clock in and out anymore, but, like, we are built into the system to work until 5. And I'm like, they said 5. 5 is when we agreed. I'm not leaving a moment earlier because that is what we are contracted for. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not leaving until then. And, like, one of my coworkers, she's like, oh, no, it's fine. And she would leave, like, 5 to 6 minutes early every day. I'm like, no, like, that's not okay. Like, no. Like, and she's like, well, it's fine. It rounds. I was like, no. And then the other day, so my coworker who I've been disagreeing with today, her name's Ray. So the other day I told Ray, I was like, and they're leaving again. Like, I'm like, it's not even 5 and they're already out the door. She's like, oh, well, you know, they came in a couple minutes early. I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like, you coming in early is your choice. You leaving early is also a choice. I'm like, you could show up right at 7. Like, you can show up exactly at 7 on the dot and then get ready. But I'm like, you choose to get here early and you come in. Like, that's your choice. But you are contracted to work till 5. So you should be working till 5. I'm sorry for the ad. Does that mean I've been on for an hour? Because I think I only have them going every hour. Nope. 45 minutes. I think my settings changed on me. Because I used to have them set for every hour, so I don't know why it's going. I'm sorry. Yeah, I used to have it set for every hour, but I guess sometimes my settings just change. I'm like, quit it. I will feel bad, and I will always feel bad for everything. I think that's another reason why I can't understand why people say that I'm mean, because I will literally feel bad for everything. I'm like, I don't know what kind of response you're hoping for, but I will literally feel horribly guilty for everything. It's not like I act a specific way to make people upset. Like, I'm equally upset. For everything, even things that are not in my control, I will profusely apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry this happened. Small barn. What am I gonna call it?
ZZZZ.
I think I called my first one like the Barndom. Oh, yeah, because there's Moo Manor and the Barndom. I'm an honorary Canadian. Let's see. I don't want to call it Barn, but I'm just like, I'm drawing a blank. We're just gonna name it the same as I named my other one. Moo Manor. I probably misspelled manor, but it's fine. Like, I can't help it. I feel bad for everything. I feel like I will always take other people's feelings into consideration. Like, usually even above what I feel. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, I want to make situations better if I can. And then, the worst one. The absolute worst thing. Is if I do something or say something to upset someone, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. I've had this happen with my husband a couple times. Like, he really wanted to watch this musical, but I really didn't want to, because it's not my thing, and the crowd was too big, and so I told him, I was like, you can go see it, but he does not like to do things by himself, so I didn't really know exactly how much he wanted to see it, because it was kind of like, oh, well, that would be cool. Well, no, he really wanted to see it, but he didn't tell me how much he wanted to, and so when I said no, he got upset, but then he was like, well, she said no, and he wasn't willing to go by himself. And by the time he had actually, because it was bugging him for a while, and he held it in and held it in and held it in, and he wouldn't tell me, and then when he finally told me, I felt bad. And I was like, oh, like, I can suck it up. I can live through this since it's something he really wants to do. But by the time we had that conversation about how much he actually wanted to go, the tickets were sold out. And I couldn't get, like, there was no way to get tickets for it. And I felt so horrible that I was, like, hysterically sobbing because I could not fix the problem that I had created. Like, I felt so bad, but there was no way for me to fix it. And things like that are what tear me apart, because if I can fix it, I want to, but that was one of the things that, after I had made the mistake, I could not fix it, because there was no way to get tickets. And I still think about that, and I still want to cry thinking about that, because I felt so horrible. And so we've tried to work on him expressing when he really wants to do something about letting me know, because enthusiasm is one of those cues that I just don't, like, my brain just doesn't do. Like, not only do I not feel enthusiasm, except for very rare occasions, but not only do I not feel enthusiasm, I don't show it, and I don't understand when other people are enthusiastic as well. Like, that is one of my like, character flaws. I'm like, ugh. So I've been trying to work on that, and we've been working on our communication skills. But yeah, no, enthusiasm is not something that I understand. Other human emotions, I do totally fine. But not that one. Okay, but that, like, he said that he wanted to go. I did not want to go. I said he could go by himself if he wanted. He did not want to go by himself. He wanted me to go with him. I did not understand the depth of how much he wanted me to go with him. So I feel responsible for that. Because I, in turn, ruined his experience. So yes, no, I horribly beat myself up over that one. And just once again, I feel bad for things like that. I feel bad for everything. Like my friend, even when she was kind of mean to me, I sit there and second guess. I'm like, I'm overreacting. I need to fix myself. And then I don't feel entitled to how I feel. Like, I dismiss what I feel. I'm like, no, like, I obviously was not the one in the right here, and, like, so on and so forth. Sometimes it's mentally exhausting just existing with myself in my head. Like, world's worst roommate lives inside my head. I'm like, why are you like this? See? Someone who understands the pain. It's a rough situation when you just want everyone to be happy and people are determined to not be happy. And, like, generally speaking, I feel like I'm pretty easy to get along with. I'm like, so long as, like, I will treat you well, you will, if you treat me well. If you're going to be a jerk, I'm not going to be rude, but I'm not going to be delighted talking to you. Like, that's my thing. I'm like, I will be polite, but it will be a very cool polite. I appreciate you too, because I feel bad that you're sitting here listening to me. I should not be whinging about my issues at work. Because that's not what you came here for. You came here to be entertained, and I'm just sitting here, like I said, whinging about my problems. But I do appreciate it very much. When somebody, like, when you find somebody who truly understands how you feel, it feels very validating. You're like, finally, somebody else understands, and I'm not crazy. This game is so cute. I absolutely adore it. Like, even though I've pretty much come to a roadblock at the end of the existing content, I'm still, like, playing this on my Steam Deck. I am still enjoying, like, every minute of it. Look at the cows! Look at the precious babies! Look at their little dances! They're so cute! I love them from the depths of my heart. They are so cute. Look! Look, look, look! How adorable are they? They're so cute. I love all the animals. They make my heart happy. They're so stinking cute.
Welcome, domestic grasshopper.
Oops, somebody got deleted. Nightbot deleted someone. But like, oh, this game is so stinking cute. And it's funny because I go back to this one more than like Stardew or anything like that. I do love Stardew. I will always love Stardew. Stardew is one of my like top 5 games. But I've already played it like 6 times. I've already been through all the content there is to go through. So I don't tend to replay it as often, just because I'm like, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt a couple times. Fields of Mistria is still new enough, and like they're coming out with updates, so it's much more enjoyable to be playing this one. But then again, I cycle through all of my farming sims because that's not what I intended the channel to be, but it's kind of what it became. Like, all the farming sims. But I play this one a lot, and sometimes when I'm uploading episodes on the weekends, I like to play Coral Island. Because I haven't been through all the content. The only problem is I get burned out really easily on Coral Island because of the fact that it takes so long to level up. And then some of the stuff, it's kind of unforgiving because if you need something out of season, there's no way to get it and you just have to wait until the next season comes around. Because what was it? I was missing sugarcane. And sugarcane you can only grow in spring. I was in fall at the time. And so it was like, I literally have to wait 2 whole seasons before I can actually grow sugarcane and finish this quest. I'm like, oh my dear lord. I want to play Baldur's Gate so bad, but A, I don't know if my computer can handle it, and B, I'm kind of scared because I like watching people play games like that, but not playing myself. So, like, back in the day, back in ye olden days, my sister used to play Dante's Inferno, and I loved to watch her. I never wanted to play the game myself. I would actually specifically ask her, I'm like, hey, do you want to play Dante's Inferno? And she's like, not really. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? you don't want to play? I'm like, are you absolutely sure? Because I wanted to watch her play, but I didn't want to play it myself. I think I would be I think I'm just afraid to make what I feel are the wrong choices. I think that's the only thing that I'm worried about. And like, because since I've seen it played, I kind of know how like some of the plot lines go, and if I got like a bad ending or an ending I didn't like, I would be upset. So I'd much rather, like, okay, prime example, Detroit Become Human. It's not a game I want to play because I watched Jacksepticeye play it, and he got like the most perfect of perfect endings. Like, he got like everyone happy, like the ending that I would like desperately love. But I know that if I played it, I would probably screw everything up, especially since I'm bad at QTEs. But like, so I would love to watch someone play it, but I cannot play it myself. Oh, let's see. Thanks for the small mouth bass. They're not my favorite, but Uncle Landon has a great way to cook them, and my parents love them, so... Well, that's nice. The only thing, like, because I saw Horizon Zero Dawn, like, a while back, and I wanted to play it. My only issue is that it's in third person. I do not do well with third person controls for games like that. I absolutely suck. I tried playing Baldur's Gate 3, or not Baldur's Gate, The Witcher 3. We were just talking about Baldur's Gate. But I tried playing The Witcher 3, and I sucked so bad because it's in third-person control, and I like, could not get the angles of things right, and so I was getting my butt kicked left, right, and sideways. So yeah, certain games I'm like, I will just admire from afar. He always sounds so exhausted, and I feel so bad. And like, he works so hard. Sometimes I feel bad because like my husband works, like he does physical labor, and I'm like, I'm in an office, and sometimes he comes home and he's like exhausted, but like I've had a mentally exhausting day, but I don't feel like I can be exhausted like him. I'm like, I'm sorry, I get it. Like, but part of me is like, it's a different kind of tired, and I'm like mentally headed up to here, but they're like, but he did physical labor all day and I can't do that. They're like, I'm not strong. I could not do what he does. Okay, so all that. Yeah. Just another one of those things that I feel bad about. Just another thing to add to the pile. Let's see, is there anything I can remove from this chest? Because she's full, and I still need room for lumber, because I don't have enough room. I need to build a chest, another chest. Okay, so there's room for lumber. I'll just move this inside. We need more space. Because I have room like everywhere. Oopsies. Yeah. And it's funny because like my husband doesn't quite understand like exactly how exhausting my job can be, and I'm like, it's not physically demanding, but like there are days that I come home and I'm like, I don't even want to think. Like my brain hurts so bad from thinking all day. I don't want to think about another thing. Like, and I also have decision fatigue at the end of the day. So if he's like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I don't care, just pick something. He's like, well, no. And he's like, I want you to pick. I'm like, I don't want to pick. Like, don't make me pick. Like, that is the worst thing you can tell me to do right now. Do not make me pick. I'm like, I will eat whatever. And sometimes my decision fatigue is so bad that I don't want to decide what to eat. So I'll just not eat. I'm like, I literally can't even fathom making a decision right now, so I will just not eat anything. so I can avoid making a decision. It's not a healthy behavior. Then again, I'm too tired to care. It's just an interesting balance that my brain has. And it's funny, because I'm like, it's a brain. It's like a couple pounds of fat sitting inside my skull. And yet, it's mean. I'm like, thinking about it, like, my brain, you're hardly anything. Why do you get to call the shots for everything? And like, your sense of self-preservation is terrible. We literally cannot decide what we want to eat, and we would rather starve than actually make a decision. Like, that sounds like really bad survival skills. Just saying. I also treat my brain like it's kind of just a, not a parasite, but I'm like, parasite. It's just some sort. We have this symbiotic relationship some days. It doesn't seem that interested in keeping me going sometimes. My brain is sort of like an other entity that we just kind of share a body. I think that's why I can bully myself into doing things. The self-awareness is just... it's there, but it's laughable. But yeah, no, it's been a long day. You have definitely made my day much better. And I thank you. And also, I apologize once again for you having to listen to this. My cats are the exact same way. They have, like, been all over me lately. I'm like, kittens. Like, why are you obsessed with me? Like, they've started, if I'm in the bathroom or anything, they will, like, rip up the carpet outside to try to, like, get into the room with me. I'm like, I just want 5 minutes of peace. It's always hard when things need you. Oh, my poor little cow. She's like, I'll sleep on the cold, hard ground. So I'm like, I'll let you in. Just give me a second. Oh, it is midnight. I want to use all of my stamina so that I get the bonus the next day, because that makes things a little bit easier. But I have to be, like, actually exhausted for it. Ha ha ha, there we go.
ZZZZ.
Send inside. Send inside. Oh, that's right. I can put all of this away now. I can even put their food in the barn. Look at them sleeping. They're so cute. This game makes my heart soft. I'm like, look at the little cows. And absolutely no love for the pine cones. Oh, and we try not to pass out. I think this is going to be the last day on this episode, though, because I still need to eat dinner, and it is 7:07. Long day. We are slowly making progress. Ooh, would you look at that? Oh, I think that's a training dummy. It's more like a decoration than anything, but I mean, it's kind of cool. Okay, but it has saved. So we are going to exit to main menu. How many people do we have on? We have 4. Let's go see if there's anybody to raid. You get to listen to the horrible sound of me typing. Do we have anybody? We do. We have Cobalt, we have Pandemonium, Seiji. I think we're going to raid Seiji, because it's been a hot minute and he's playing Little Misfortune. So, I will say thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for people who stuck around and listened to me. I am so horrendously sorry that you guys had to listen to that. But I love you guys. You're the best. I will be back tomorrow with another episode of my Discord Members' Choice. But until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is to you. And I hope to see you guys then. Bye!